Today, I am joined by someone who has collected the Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship, as well as the 365 Pro Wrestling Global Women's Championship, seen performing at Canadian Apex Wrestling, All-Star Wrestling, Thrash, Big West Wrestling. I'm joined by Dash Dauntless. Dash, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Tyler. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. I'm excited to learn a little bit more about your journey and what's upcoming for you.
hmm
So the first question I have for you is that you train out of the Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling Training Center. Talk to me about your time there and a specific highlight that you have.
Oh, wow. So I really I think training is probably one of my favorite aspects of stuff. I got into wrestling more to have something regular and physical, and to stretch myself a little bit. So I really love it's just amazing having the training center in the town I'm living in. I'm so blessed with that. The BJ Laredo put that together in Nanaimo here. Um, one of my highlights, I think maybe one of the biggest highlights. So I love going there and having I don't know. I love when there's a trainer that's putting something new in front of you and trying things out. But I'm never gonna forget my first training matches there in the gym. Riea Von Slasher brought in a few guests. I met some amazing people that weekend, including my first victory and my first tag match. So it was quite a whirlwind. We only had people from the gym there, but I know even then that my training mates in the audience, I surprised them with coming out big, larger than life. Because my day to day, I look a little meeker, and training is I'm just kind of here to work. But I yeah, even just in that little thing, being able to suspend disbelief a little for my friends was that first taste of everything.
Absolutely. And pun intended with suspend disbelief there a little bit. We'll get into that a little bit more in the conversation. You talk about kind of turning yourself up, being big.
Big
You've
dash
got
energy, I call it.
perfect. You also do theater performances. Talk about the crossover and the advantages of performing theater as well in wrestling.
Yeah, so the theater thing is actually quite new to me. So I mentioned I surprised people when I kind of turned on the big dash energy. I've done some theater stuff in the past, like growing up and things, but I was never on stage. I did pit band, I did like helpful things in the background, and like all the things I did that were performing based growing up was always like pulled out of me. I didn't want to do them. I played piano, I did pit band, but I wasn't going to be in the theater show on stage. So wrestling has actually been like the first on stage really performance thing I've done. And it's brought me to the theater thing that I'm doing. So I'm wrestling with my partner as part of a Shakespeare production, a Shakespeare in the Park type thing. And and like it's literally I would have never performed before, but now I'm like, well, I'm just going to be doing wrestling and like reacting and just like kind of interpreting large big emotions on there, not memorizing not memorizing lines. But but it really everything ends up coinciding. I didn't do theater growing up, but I did do things like I had to do some public speaking things just because of activities I was in. I did a lot of I didn't go all the way to lifeguard, but I did a lot of like life-saving training, and you just learn to be like calm and keep going even when you're panicking sometimes. I read a lot of lady night novels, I like to call them, that talked a lot about hard physical training and like mindsets of being maybe a bit of an outsider in, boys club type things. Um, and I watched the musical theater people on the stage while I played piano or percussion in the background, and I could see, what being larger than life was, and stored it away. And now all these little bits are coming out. So yeah, I'm excited to see if I maybe I will do a musical in the future. That's maybe a bucket list of actually now leveling it up. But right now, that's still terrifying to me, regardless of if I wrestle in front of 2,000 people at Wrestlefest last year or 3,000, 4,000 people at Wrestlefest this year.
Fingers crossed for you for that musical in the future. I'm putting that out into the
We'll
world.
see, but that's scary stuff.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, now you know what? It's time for Dash to shine, whether it's wrestling or theater or whatever it might be. So, wishing you all the best in the future of all your performance-based activities.
Appreciate it.
So we can see it in your video screen right now. We've got wrestlers with iconic imagery. We've got like Mankind with Socko. You've got Hacksaw with the 2x4. You've got Jake with the snake. All these types of imagery. You've got the suspenders. Where did
I
that
do.
idea come from?
So you know what? I mentioned my most memorable moment at the gym, those practice sessions, and Riea Von Slasher bringing people in and stuff. So a big part of it is that like it was really we were not phoning this in. This wasn't like walk through moves that you like plan together and say everything. It was we're doing the whole thing. The whole thing includes persona, entrance, energy, uh, attire. It includes gear. And so like Rhea said to us, I want you guys to go out and find something. It doesn't have to be your forever thing, but I want something in character. And she looked straight at me and she said, Dash, not saying, just saying, suspenders. And I said, how did you know I have a whole bunch of suspenders at home in my closet? And so, felt a little personally attacked there, but I was not gonna not take direct and pretty awesome in definitely in the long run and at that time I think too advice. So I went home and I looked at some suspenders and I looked at other things, went to the thrift store, found a Spirit Halloween pair of pants. And that's the suspenders of one form or another. I've had probably six different styles or colors or forms at this point, but suspenders have seen me all the way through. And honestly, those Spirit Halloween pants have seen me through more than you would expect. They've been re-seamed at least once.
Well,
Um,
fantastic story to
yeah,
tell.
so that yeah, it was literally it was advice, and I took it and I brought them and I did big pops and I figured out what I wanted to do with my hands over a few variations. And it just yeah, it really brings the energy and it's something I can mime it without suspenders. There's yeah, big pop for suspender pops all around. So big thank you to Rhea for inspiring me there with the gear and the look. Lots of inspiration from Rhea.
You've talked a lot about Riea Von Slasher throughout the interview, so obviously a big presence in your life. Is there anyone else in wrestling that has got you into the business or has helped you along the way outside of her?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously BJ Laredo he's my trainer. He is one of the main owners and promoters with VIPW. So he has given me like the opportunities I have is everything traces back to the opportunity to train, the opportunity to work and learn at VIPW, and ultimately to wrestle and hold tag team gold and get to represent them on the largest stage that they have. So like very much huge thank yous to BJ Laredo. There's so many other veterans that that come into the locker room and have really encouraged me along the way. There's just and again BJ and Rhea and the connections I know like in Cody Washington, they bring these people in and it's just it's amazing. I've everywhere I've gone out, because I have gone out a little bit at this point, six or seven promotions, but those connections are all through what's come in here to the island, which is yeah, it's just amazing what the wrestling scene on the island is. So excited about it, and yeah, I'd say VIPW has been like that heart and that huge opportunity is there for me. Sorry, I'm going all in circles, but I think the props have come through.
Well, and you can see it in your face how excited and how much it means to you and anyone else that's involved in VIPW and all of the prospects, we'll call it, that have come through the island. It's awesome to see.
Yeah.
Let's talk about last year, Wrestlefest. That's where you won the VIPW Tag Team Championships.
hmm
Tell me what it was like performing in front of over 2,000 people.
It was amazing. The just the look in that arena was amazing. The audience looked like $1 million. We looked like $1 million. Our opponents were looked giant in the lights. It was definitely, I would say, a once in a lifetime experience, but I'm looking at two times when we get to the end of this month, twice in a lifetime, and hopefully many more after. Um, it just, yeah, the energy was there. Like the crowd was amazing. I imagine it was a lot of people's first time there, but we had the core, like, 400 to 600, that Nanaimo strong, and I'm sure a lot of our regulars there, and they were leading the charge in the crowd was amazing to have there. It really fed into everything. Yeah,
Awesome. And
yeah.
that leads us to the end of this month, June 27th at the Frank Grant Arena again for WrestleFest 2. For those that are unaware, tell us about your upcoming match and the events that led up to it.
Yeah, so situations are a little different this time. Um, one of the people I started with day one at the training center, Garth Wayne, formerly known as my tag team partner as Suspender Disbelief, he of the green suspenders. Last year we were going into WrestleFest together. Last year we won tag team gold together. Last month he turned his back on me. He hit me, attacked me from behind. I don't know what it's about. He has not spoken to me. I haven't spoken to him since then. I I don't know. I don't know if suspenders can ever be repaired. I thought it was suspenders ascending again this year, but it turns out it's suspenders sundered. So I don't know. We have a match. I am hoping I can talk some sense into him before then, but if I have to, I will show him sense in the ring.
I'm really looking forward to that match. Quite the story being told between the two of you. It's going to be fantastic. Again, a huge crowd at the Frank Crane Arena, June 27th. Obviously, you've got that coming up. Tickets on Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling website to get yourself there. Talk about anything else that you would like to plug, where people can find you, Dash, and where everyone can find you on social media.
Yeah, for sure. So social media wise, I am Dash Dauntless on Facebook and Instagram. Dash.of.dauntless if you're going full URLs there. As well as Wrestlefest on the 27th and my grudge match against Garth Wayne from formerly of Suspender Disbelief with me. I also mentioned that I have a Shakespeare play coming up, so I am wrestling in a 80s wrestling themed enactment of William Shakespeare's As You Like It, and that is part of that will be July 22nd to August 3rd. I think we've got 8 performances across Ladysmith and Nanaimo. Um, I am focusing right now on Wrestlefest and on that performance. So those are my only current book dates until VIPW gets into our fair season after Wrestlefest, and as well as our anniversary shows September 26th and 27th coming up.
Awesome. Sounds like some good stuff on the horizon for you. Good luck at WrestleFest. Best of luck. Break a leg at the Shakespeare
I
plays.
will, but not mine.
And thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Really, thank you for having me on. I am so happy to be here and looking forward to showing the VIPW community and the world what suspenders can do.